Alright, what's going on everyone? Anthony here, and today we are reviewing the Power Rangers Lightning Collection in Space Yellow Ranger. This is part of Wave 6. It's actually not supposed to be out until, I believe, September 1st. I was hunting around some Targets, and I found one in one of my areas, and they had them there, but they would not sell it to me because the street date was September 1st. But there are some Targets that don't use individual UPCs. They just kind of share one, so I was lucky enough to find a Target that just all shared the same UPC, so they were actually able to sell it to me. But yeah, here we go. Packaging, artwork on the back, artwork on the side, window box, yellow, legalese. So what do you say we just go ahead and open this up and see how she is? So here we have her out of the box. This actually, or in Space Yellow figure, is really nicely done. But what do you say we start with the accessories? She has her two open hands, or grippy hands, that come on her out of the box. Then we have a fisted hand right here. That one goes right there. And then we have her karate chop hand for the opposite sides. Man, I never really thought I'd miss it, but I do wish they would at least include two fisted hands. Sometimes you just want them in that fighting pose. Next up, we have her Astro Blaster. You know, not bad. Solid blue, painted some silver on there. A little bit of gold, a little bit of red. Your standard side blaster. Next up, we have her signature Star Slinger. Basic yellow, black handle, silver paint apps. And if you're wondering, it doesn't combine right here to form the Mega Slinger. That's a bit unfortunate, but expected. But it does, however, come with the effect piece that you just take these two ends, plug it into here, and then you got her shooting. Not bad. If you've been watching my reviews, you know I'm not too big of a fan of these. Basically just sit in storage. I hardly ever pose the figures with these effect pieces. I wish they just get rid of them. Give us something that we really want, like a Builder figure, or build a Megazord, build a Monster of the Week, something else besides these things, because I really don't use them. But the last accessory she comes with is the most debated one on the internet yet. And as you can see, in person, at this angle, it really gave her a goofy look. But if you look at it from this angle, where you can actually see the bottom of her lip, it doesn't look like she has a huge overbite. Now, from other angles, she looks really good. I think they really nailed Tracy. It's just this one angle that they decided to take a picture of, and it posts that one. I don't know why, Hasbro. Like, were you just hoping that when people got it in hand, they were like, oh yeah, that's pretty good? Because it's actually a really good head sculpt. Does it nail Tracy? Not 100%, but it's definitely one of their top ones until you look at it from the top. Because from that angle right there, it just ain't happening. I don't know who took your promotional shots and who decided to upload the promotional shots like this, but all they had to do was tilt the head up or tilt it to the side. And like right there, I think personally that's a great angle for this head sculpt. That you don't see that goofy grin, but then you get that perfect smile right there. The hair's sculpted nicely. It's like a lighter brown, kind of like a almost blonde. Yeah, it's just that angle. What's going on, Hasbro? Anyways, too much time on head sculpt. Let's get into the figure herself. Now, as far as paint apps on this figure goes, it's fairly straightforward. All yellows, a little bit of white, a little bit of gold, and then her chest. Now, it's good to note that these are not raised. They are painted on, and they are painted on perfectly. No smudges, no runs, no nothing. So Hasbro can do paint apps when they want to. Like, it seems like as these figures just keep going on and on, that the paint apps just keep getting, I don't want to say worse, maybe lacking would be a better word, but no, this one's done nicely. Some smudges right there. The gold right there isn't painted in that well. It's almost like it almost looks like a mistake rather than an actual like gold painted. But the collar is a nice gold. It's not the same gold as the belt buckle, which is a bit unfortunate, so that's kind of not matching. Overall, no runs of the white on mine. So let's get into articulation. Now, this one's really loose. But for her head, she does a full 360. Can look up that much, look down that much. No side. It's only because mine's loose that you get a little side to side. Let's see, you got your standard female butterfly joints that'll go forward that far, back that far, full 360 at the shoulders, can go up that far, single jointed elbows, can rotate at the elbow though. You got a wrist swivel and a wrist hinge that can go in that far and out that far. This one's a little bit tight. I can go further than that normally. Let's see the other one will go. Oh, no, this one's there we go. Can go in that far and then out that far. Then you got your upper torso swivel, rotates very nicely. You got your ab crunch, but because of the skirt, she'll only go back or forward that far. She can go back very far. Can do the splits that much even with the skirt on, which is very nice. Can go forward that far, can go back that far. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot cup, yep, boot cup swivel, and your standard Hasbro ankle rockers. And peg hole at the bottom. Now, these basically Lightning Collection figures all have the same articulation. You know, girls only have the single jointed elbows, but they're all the same. But we go through it nonetheless because you never know when you're a new viewer. So yes, overall, this is a very good figure. I'm finally glad we're getting some in-space figures. I don't know why they started with yellow. Ashley's not a bad choice, but kind of weird choice. You could have had TJ. You could have had Andros. You could have had Zane. But I'm just glad overall we are finally getting some in-space figures. Now, let's get into some size comparison. Okay, so here we have her next to the Psycho Ranger Yellow from the Amazon 5-pack. I don't remember, but the Psycho Ranger is a tad bit taller, not by much. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, so forgive me if I'm not completely up to date on the size comparison, but this is how the toy scale. Two female different figures, and then we'll have her next to a male ranger. The one I have out already is the Red Ranger. And just for like a bigger villain figure, here we have him next, or her, sorry, next to Lord Zed. Stand up. Yes, no, maybe. There we go. Now, it's good to note he's kind of leaning a bit. He's a little bit top heavy on mine because the ab crunch is loose. But there's your overall size comparison. So this wave isn't supposed to be out until September 1st. You can go to Targets. They seem to be releasing them early. Some Targets are waiting till the street date of September 1st to release them. Some just share the same UPC. So if you can find it, good luck. And until next time, guys. Later.